In this video, I'm going to show how to instantly relieve anal pain. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. So if you're dealing with a lot of pain around the anus, definitely check this video out, because what usually causes this is a blend of weakness and tightness that builds in the pelvic floor muscles over time that leads to strain and eventual pain. To fix this, I'm going to show easy exercises that are going to help stretch and strengthen these muscles for both quick and long-lasting relief. Just a quick note, each one of these exercises works differently. They're going to be shown in different positions and target different muscles. To get the best results, go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. Here's a really good exercise that we can do in bed or on a floor. Just lie flat on your back like this. Put your legs together, have your knees bent roughly at 90 degrees. Take your hands cup right around your knees. Now slowly pull your knees towards your chest until you feel a really good stretch form across the buttocks or the glutes that works towards the anus. Once you feel it around the anus, try to relax into this one as much as you can and then hold it for 5 seconds. Release it and then repeat this 5 times. With each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. To stretch that area a little bit differently though, you can hold this position and then moving through your hips, just swing your knees from side to side. Go towards the right and towards the left. I like to do this a couple times in both directions, release it, and just keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose. But if you really want to take this one to the next level and target some more muscles, especially in the groin, what you can do is put your feet together and then take your knees and press them outward as much as you can until you feel a really good stretch form on the inner part of the thighs that works towards the groin into the hips. Once you feel that, the movement is very similar. So we're going to take our hands, we're just going to pull our knees towards our chest until we feel that stretch around the anus, and then from there you can rock from side to side. I would go through both of these movements. If you find that one just helps you out a little bit more, just keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose, or you're not getting any more improvement. This is known as a modified child's pose, and it can offer a lot of relief. For this one, we're just going to need our roommate's pillow. Let's start on a floor on all fours like this. Have your hands roughly shoulder width apart, legs roughly hip width apart. What you want to do is slowly walk your hands outward until you feel a light stretch form in your back. Once you feel that, you're going to hold that position and lock your fingers into the floor by kind of like curling them down like this. You don't want your hands to slip during this exercise. What we're going to do next is tuck our chin towards our chest and then rock our whole body backward, taking our butt towards our heels. The nice thing is the pillow is going to act as a seat that just allows us to relax into this one a little bit more. So I focus on feeling a really good stretch in my lower back that works towards the buttocks and then finally around the anus. Once you feel it around the anus, you want to hold this position for 30 seconds, and during that time period, just relax into it. Just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. You're going to rock forward, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. To take this one to the next level, instead of keeping your upper body straight, tilt it a little bit towards one side. So I'm going towards my right, and then I'm going to rock backward. You're going to notice that it stretches the pelvic floor a little bit differently. So give that a try towards the right and also towards the left. If any of those positions offer more relief, at that point, throw more repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. Here's a wonderful exercise that can release tightness across the pelvic floor for instant relief. We're going to start lying flat on our back next to a wall and try to get your butt as close to the wall as possible. Your legs are going to be roughly hip width apart, knees bent, and just press your heels into the wall. Take your hands, put them off to your side for support. Let's slowly walk our heels upward towards the ceiling to straighten our legs out as much as we can. You should feel a really deep stretch forming on the back of your legs, working towards the butt cheek and then finally into the pelvic floor. To deepen this stretch, just get your butt a little bit closer to the wall. So to target the anus a little bit more, what you want to do is squeeze the muscles in that area, kind of clamping down like this. For a lack of a better term, just kind of think of like defecating and just clamping down on that area. We're now going to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. And during this time period, just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let that tension out. From there, you can relax by bending your knees and moving your feet a little bit downward like this. But try to repeat this about 3 to 5 times, and with each repetition, building into it just a little bit more. But if you would like to take this one to the next level, target some more muscles for more relief, this is what we can do. Let's slide our feet downward like this and have our knees bent roughly at 90 degrees. We're going to press our feet together and then take our knees and press them towards the wall until we feel a really good stretch forming on the inner part of our thighs, working into the groin. From there, we're going to clamp those muscles around the anus. Holding this for 20 to 30 seconds, we're going to release it by bringing our legs inward like this and then repeating this 3 to 5 times. But go through both of these movements. You may find that one just offers a little bit more relief. And at that point, keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. Here's a really good exercise that we can do seated. Let's start with our legs roughly hip width apart, and I'd like to take my hands and grip off to the side of the chair for support. The first movement is a simple marching motion. We're going to keep one knee bent roughly at 90 degrees, and we're going to slowly lift it upward towards our chest. As you do this, try to drive that knee upward as much as you can until you feel a deep activation around the butt cheek that slowly works towards the anus. Once you feel that, hold this for a brief second, lower your leg back downward, and then just like a marching motion, you're going to repeat this on the other side. The nice thing about this exercise is it helps improve circulation to the pelvic floor muscles, promoting healing, but it's also going to quickly reduce pressure in this area. Try to do this for about 15 to 20 seconds, and with each repetition, try to drive that knee up just a little bit more. Afterwards, relax, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. But let's take this one to the next level and focus on getting a really deep stretch in this area. So what I'm going to do is take one ankle and place over my other side's knees, so when we look down, it should look like a figure 4. We're going to take our hands and cup around this bent knee, and now slowly pull this knee across your body towards your other side's shoulder. As you do this, you're going to feel a really good stretch form on the outer part of your thigh that works into the hip area around the glutes or the buttocks, and then finally towards the tailbone and the anus. Once you feel it around that area, you're going to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, and during that time period, just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. You're going to release it, take a breather, and then repeat this a couple more times. From there, you want to switch legs and repeat to help keep everything in balance. Here's a pelvic floor strengthening exercise that can offer long-lasting relief. We're going to start lying flat on our back in bed or on a floor. Have your legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. The first thing that we need to do is focus on warming up the pelvic floor muscles. So take your hands, put them right on your hips. What you want to do is imagine your tailbone, scooping it upward like this, curling it towards your belly button. As you do this, you're going to start to feel that your hips rock backward, but more importantly, a really good stretch will form across the pelvic floor. I like to build into this one as much as I can until I feel it around the tailbone and the anus. Really focus on that area. Hold this comfortably for a second or two. You're going to release it and now go in the other direction. So here's our tailbone. This time around, we're going to scoop it downward, pressing our tailbone into the bed or the floor. You're going to feel that your pelvis and hips rock forward, and that stretch is going to be felt a little bit differently. So again, hold this for a second or two, release it, and then as a fluid movement, we're going to rock backward and forward like this, 10 times in both directions, and with each repetition, building into it just a little bit more. So at this point, we should definitely feel some warmth across the pelvic floor. So we're ready to take it to the next level by doing what is called a Kegel bridge. This one is really easy to do. So the first thing that we're going to do is lightly brace our core muscles. Imagine somebody poking you in your stomach, how you tense up, drawing your belly button towards your spine. Just mimic that and hold it lightly. From there, what I'm going to do is squeeze the area around the anus to activate those muscles. What we're going to do is then try to draw those muscles upward towards our spine. So I kind of squeeze that area and then try to lift it up like this. At this point, you should feel a ton of muscles around the pelvic floor starting to fire. We're going to hold this and now press our heels downward into the floor and then lift our hips and pelvis upward towards the ceiling until our body is roughly in a straight line from our knees to our hips to our shoulders. You should feel a ton of muscles starting to fire. The core, the back, the butt, all around the anus, and your legs. Hold this comfortably for 5 seconds. You're going to release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, building into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. And just as a quick note, this is a wonderful exercise that you can do daily for long-lasting anal pain relief. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.